Shauna. What's good? What's good? Okay, so I want to help you guys if you're trying to start fixing or working on your credit. This video is for you. I want to make this as quick and simple as possible. So yes, if you want to fix your credit or start working on your credit, it's as simple as writing letters. I will give you the template for these letters, but I want to go through some rules. I'm looking at notes just so you know. I want to go through some rules when it comes to dealing with collection agencies. First rule, do not admit to the debt. You should know this. Do not admit that you owe anybody anything. That's right out the gate. Number two is do not confirm your identity to anybody. Meaning, if somebody pick up the phone and be like, "Hi, is this shaunasagaji?" Don't be like, "Yeah, this is shaunasagaji. Who is this?" No, be like, "Who are you?" Before you even give out your name to anybody, ask who they are, because the moment they confirm it's you, they can be like, "We reached out to that so and so. We confirmed their identity." Never give out your identity. Number two is even better is never communicate via phone or email. Communicate through slow mail, as slow as possible, which is, US Postal Service. Always communicate via that. Hold on, that's my phone. Now you're like, well, I already talked to someone on the phone, or a debt collection agency on the phone. So basically I've already broken two of the rules. We'd still work around that. So there's two forms of debt that I want to focus on right now. The first deals with applying for credit. So like hard inquiries, soft inquiries, how to get those off your credit. Because I'm not talking about, oh, I owe Macy's $2,000. How do I get that off? No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about once it goes to collections, how do you do that? How do you remove those? So hard inquiries, this is how you get those off. You're gonna have to dispute these with the credit bureaus, Expion, TransUnion, and Equifax. Now you're like, well, I've done that. I went online. No, what I mean is dispute them. Before you dispute them, you need to do these things. First off, you need to freeze your credit with SagStream as well as LexisNexis. Go onto those sites, sign up, create your account, and then freeze your credit. Because I say that because Expion, TransUnion, and Equifax, the way they verify information is going to those two sites, SagStream and LexisNexis. They go to those platforms or whatever, and pull your credit to verify who you owe and what you do not know. But if you freeze your credit with those, when TransUnion goes to check out your credit to see if you owe or whatever, they can't pull those reports, so they're gonna have to remove it from your credit. But it's not just that. So go onto there, like I said, SagStream, LexisNexis, create your account, then freeze your credit. Those are the first steps. These two companies right here, go there, freeze your credit. Then after that, in order to dispute, I say, they always have this where you can go online to TransUnion or Equifax and dispute online. And in your mind, you're like, okay, yeah, that's more convenient. No, like I said, snail mail. Make it more difficult. Make it where an actual person has to go to the mail PO box, take it out, open it up and read it. Do it like that. Forget all this electronic, over the internet kind of thing. So this dispute letter, I have a link to it down below. It's called the Fair Credit Act, section 604. I got a template already there well, I don't have a template. There's a template already there. What you do is just copy and paste that into Word, and then the sections that apply to you, when I'm saying apply to you, like your name, put in your name. When it comes to, your address, put in your address, like that. Put in your information, print that out. To print 3 of those out, one for each of the one for each of the credit bureaus. Put a stamp on that thing, mail that out, right? That's it for those, right? Now I'm going to move on to medical records. My camera about to die. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to medical collections. So say if you went to the emergency room, got that $900, $1,200 bill for the doctor to see you for like 2 minutes and then prescribe you a prescription for Tylenol, and then now you owe $900 for what? They didn't do nothing. So if you want to get collections, like medical collections, off your credit, it's as simple as this. Let me show you. I have the letter. This is the exact same letter format that the credit repair companies use. Is it big enough for me to put on the screen? I'll try to put it on the screen right there. You can read it right there. You can freeze it, retype it up yourself, or I will link to it down below where you can just instantly download it and put in your information. Now, again, so you see it. It reads like subject to Fair Credit Act reporting, section 609. So the other one was section 604. This one is section 609. I have an example right here, say nationwide recovery. So Equifax Trade Union, and because you want to address everybody in the one letter, address everybody, but remember, we're still going to print this letter out for everybody. So I'm exercising my right under the Fair Reporting Act, section 609, to request information regarding an item that is listed on my credit report by said company. Now you want to put the account number of whatever this collection agency has on the account. You want to put the account number. Now you might be like, well, what if they give me the partial account number? Like they don't give me the full account number. That, don't fall for the okie doke. Don't get to calling like, hey, I need the account number for this account. You don't want to do that. That's the reason why they do that. That's the reason why they give you partial account number, so you have a reason to contact them. Don't contact them. Just put the account number exactly how you see it on the screen. So if it has 1503 ... or whatever, you put that on the letter. Don't call to try to get the extended account, the full account number, right? Then you go, as per FCRA, section 609, I am entitled to see the resources for the information of which the original contract that contains this signature. Meaning, I need to see proof that I ever rendered services from you. You say I owe you $900 for some medical stuff, prove it. Because it is on the collection agency's end to prove that you owe them money. You don't have to prove that you don't owe them money. They have to prove that you do owe them money. So that's the whole loophole when it comes to collection agencies. They have to prove. We don't have to prove anything. They have to prove. So validate what I said. Validate what you say I owe you. Details on how make sure you put this in there. Details on how you calculated this. Prove a copy of application, judgments, or anything about the ordeal. You know, show me the license to collect this money in this state, because we need to prove that you even like allowed to take money from me anyway. Like, are you even allowed to operate in this state? Are you a legit business? Because a lot of these collection agencies pop up like this because they're very like, you would think they were loan sharks. I remember this one time, story time, I don't want to do it. Stay back, stay on focus. That's the problem why these videos be so long. And if you don't have proof of any of these things I've requested from you, you're violating the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and the 3 main bureaus will be deleting this, meaning TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So you print this off, but also make sure within that letter you put your identifying, make sure that it's you. I thought you said you're not supposed to identify. Well, within this letter, because then they'll shoot you back like, we don't know who you are. So you don't want to do all that. Make sure you put your birthday, the last 4 digits of your social, not the whole thing, just the last 4. And then either a copy of your ID picture, or your passport, a government issued ID, so they can verify you are that person. Then you print this off and you send this to 4 people. You send this to the collection agency, and then you also send it to the 3 credit bureaus. Now what's gonna happen is that when you send it to them, they have, I think, 30 days to respond to this. Within that 30 days, the credit bureaus will pull that collection off your credit. They'll pull off your credit, and then they have to wait for the response from the collection agency to prove these items that they owe, right? So that's what, this one can be a 2-parter. Most of the time it's just a 1-parter. When you send this off, they can't prove it because you never rendered services for them. So the collections agency can't be like, yeah, they owe us money, because they have no proof. But there are times where the collections agencies will send you, and this is where they mess up, they will send you like a invoice or whatever saying, oh, on February 1st, you got a x-ray, you got a cast for a broken bone this, or you got an MRI, or the doctor prescribed da-da-da-da. And that's where they have up. You feel me? Because why would they have that information? Did you give them permission to have personal medical detailed records about you? The doctor, when a doctor call and deliver news, if it ain't that direct person, they themselves aren't allowed to give out that information. So why would a credit company, collection agency have that information? So if you ever receive a letter from them saying, yeah, here's your proof. On this day, you received these services from this hospital, these services from this hospital, they are in trouble. And that's when you send them this second letter, if and only if you need to, right? You send him this letter right here. This letter is saying, yo, you have violated my HIPAA rights. You have violated my HIPAA rights because you have access to personal medical records that you should not have access to. And this is what can get them into legal trouble, right? So to whoever may concern, you put your account number again for whoever, whatever. Right here, example, I have like Phoenix Financial Services. If you're like, well, Shauna, has this ever actually worked? Does it work? Yes, this is how credit repair companies do it. I think last time I did this was like, I want to say like 7 years ago. I did this. It worked just fine. Removed from my credit like that. So it says, please be advised, I have requested validation, not verification. So there's a difference. Validation versus verification. You verified that I got these services from a hospital, but I never signed a form saying it was okay for you to get proof from the hospital that I got these services. So that's a violation of your HIPAA rights. Then my camera about to die. So basically it's just saying, yo, you violated my rights. I will have to take legal action if you do not stop what you're doing right here, right now. And legally they have to. My camera about to die. I'm trying to basically remember all these steps. I have the links to both letters, well, all three letters, because if the medical records, if they send you, proof, well, then you got another letter coming to them. And again, remember, snail mail. Send all these letters through the U.S. Postal Service. Wait for the response. Wait for it to watch you see your credit go shoot right up, because they're gonna have to remove each and last. And you don't have to wait if you have multiple from multiple collections agencies. You don't have to wait for one by one. You can get to print a whole bunch of letters. Just change the name of each collection agency and send them off to each place. Now I do have right here the 3 credit bureaus addresses, so send it to them. Now I want you guys to remember, do not admit to the debt. Do not admit to the debt. Do not confirm your identity, as well as never communicate over the phone, because the last thing you want them, because a lot of times you'll be like, they'll say this is a recorded line, or some shady ones won't even say that, and they'll record you and be like, yeah, we have proof that she admitted that she owes us money. Do not talk to them on the phone. It's a trap, right? So yeah, that's basically it on this. If you want to start seeing your credit rise up, because you need to start, getting ready to buy you that car or buy you that house. Sorry about that, but my camera died. Don't remember what I was saying, so I'm gonna just sign out here. So thank you for watching.